Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about more spring perfumes that I am super excited to wear as soon as it starts to warm up. I asked you guys if you wanted a part 3, and overwhelmingly everybody said yes. So here we are. I've got a ton more fragrances here and I'm gonna jump right in. The first one, and I have a couple of lavender fragrances in here that I left out of my lavender video and I'm so sad about it, but we'll talk about them now because they're actually both perfumes that I do prefer to wear in the spring. So the first one we're gonna talk about is Burberry Brit Rhythm, and I absolutely love this perfume. Oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful, light, powdery, lavender fragrance. Every time I talk about this perfume, I talk about how it reminds me of a new mom. It reminds me of having a new baby and the smell of a sweet brand new baby and powdery baby things, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's an absolute beast. This will last 8+ hours easily. It's one of those perfumes that really you're gonna smell like this until you wash it off. It is just nuclear, and I absolutely love it. It's delicate but strong, if that makes any sense. Like, the smell is quite a delicate smell, but it is very strong. It projects a lot. It's beautiful. It's very calming. It's very zen. It's just a sweet fragrance. Not sweet in the sense of like sweet, you know, tasting, but sweet in the sense of like a sweet new baby and mama. I love it. I love it so much. Spring is my favorite time to wear this perfume, but I will wear this literally any time of year, but I love it in the spring. It's perfect. It also makes a great transition perfume. You get the kind of lightness of a spring fragrance, but it's still very cozy. It still has some body to it. It's not like super light. It's just a beautiful perfume. It's really gorgeous. If you like lavender and if you like powdery perfumes, this is a definite must-have. And you can find, last I checked, you could still find this for a really good price. Like, I want to say in the $20 range. I'll find the best price and I'll link it for you, but yeah, I just love it. Burberry Brit Rhythm, gorgeous lavender perfume. Okay, spring is the season that I pull out my beautiful vintage Miss Dior Cherie from Christian Dior. This is the original eau de parfum formulation. My bottle is a tester bottle from 2005. It is a huge bottle. It was almost completely full when I bought it. I have put a little bit of a dent in it. This one, I'm not gonna lie, this one is one that I do ration, and I probably will always ration this because it is ridiculously hard to find and it's very expensive. So I want this to last my entire life, so I do ration this one. And this is one that I don't feel bad about rationing. There are other fragrances on the market that smell like this, but there really just is nothing that smells exactly like this. So I love this. It's patchouli and caramel and strawberry. It's amazing. The closest thing I've ever found to smelling like this is the Soap and Glory. Their Righteous Butter, just the original Righteous Butter, smells just like this. In fact, I have a big bottle of the Righteous Butter lotion, and I usually put that on as a base to layer this over because it's so similar. I believe Soap and Glory has a perfume that smells exactly like the Righteous Butter. I don't know what it's called, but it's a Soap and Glory perfume. I think it's been discontinued as well, and I think it's really difficult to find as well, but I've heard that it's identical to this. So, but I think you're kind of in the same boat trying to find, you know, a unicorn if you want something that smells like this. But anyways, I do adore this perfume. It's a great transition scent because, again, it's more of it's like a really comforting, cozy scent with the caramel and the buttered popcorn note, and it's so good, but it's light enough for spring. It definitely gives you spring vibes, you know, it feels like spring, but while still maintaining a coziness that you need for the kind of chilly early spring days. I love it. It's an amazing scent. It still smells exactly like it always has. This perfume is almost 20 years old now. I mean, this bottle is 18 years old at this point, and it still smells fresh and brand new. I have no doubt that this will continue to smell this way for the rest of my life, honestly. I do have an original bottle of Poison from 1986 that still smells incredible. So I have faith in these older Diors. So anyways, that is Dior Miss Dior Cherie, the original Eau de Parfum formulation. Okay, next we have a Salvatore Ferragamo fragrance. This is Salvatore Ferragamo Signorina. This is the EDT formulation. This is my favorite formulation of this fragrance. They've got a ton of flankers at this point, and this is my absolute favorite and probably always will be. This is the most beautiful, fresh, creamy rose fragrance. It's amazing. It's fresh rose and it's got a rice steam note in it. And I guess that must be where it gets the creaminess from, because it's like a creaminess that is not heavy in any way. It's not a creaminess that's gonna drown out that fresh, crisp rose. I love it so much. If you can just imagine a really beautiful, slightly sweet, very light, very airy, delicate, fresh, crisp, modern rose, and then add a little bit of a light, airy creaminess in the base, almost like, if you can imagine, like a meringue, something really fluffy and light, but still has this really beautiful kind of soft creaminess to it. That's exactly what this smells like, and it is stunning. This is the only fragrance that I have ever been chased down in a grocery store and for somebody to ask me what I was wearing. This is another fragrance in spring and summer that makes an amazing, fresh out of the shower scent. It's so clean and just beautiful. I love it. And the day that I got chased down the grocery store, it was a fresh out of the shower scent. I had just taken a shower. I don't know that I even did my makeup or anything. I just sprayed on this perfume and ran out to the grocery store. And yeah, somebody definitely chased me down in the produce department and was like, what? This is gonna sound crazy, but what fragrance are you wearing? And I told them. And she was very happy because she was like, I have to have that. It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Super easy to wear, easy to reach for, crowd pleaser. I can't imagine anybody not liking this fragrance unless you are somebody that hates rose. If you hate rose, I would definitely stay away from it. But if you like rose, oh my gosh, I think you would love it. So anyways, that's Salvatore Ferragamo Signorina, the EDT formulation. It is very different from the EDP or any of the other flankers. Okay, next we have a Lush fragrance, and I love this one so much. This is Pansy. This is another amazing transition fragrance. I believe this is bergamot and orange blossom, and it's got some labdanum in the base, and it is stunning. So it's really fresh and citrusy in the top, but then it's got this really beautiful, warm, kind of light resinous base, and it is stunning. It is so good. I just love Lush fragrances because they all have this underlying coziness about them, no matter what fragrance it is. They're all cozy, and Pansy is just perfect. It's perfect as a transition fragrance because you get that beautiful bright citrus that is great for spring, but it still has this really beautiful cozy base that is great for these cold spring, cold beginning of spring days. I love it. It's gorgeous. Lush fragrances last an absolute lifetime on me. They're like nuclear. I don't know. I picked this up off of Mercari secondhand, and I've never seen half-ounce bottles from Lush, but this is a half-ounce bottle, which is crazy. I wonder if maybe the person that I bought it from got it at a store, because I don't believe you can get half-ounce online. But yeah, it's a great little half-ounce bottle, and I just adore these fragrances. So that is Pansy from Lush. Okay, next I've got a couple of my Dolce & Gabbana fragrances from the Dolce line. The first one is just the original Dolce. Spring is the absolute best time of year to wear this. This is a very light, bright, green, airy spring floral. It really, really is a gorgeous fragrance. I only ever wear this in spring though, because it is very much like a light, sweet, airy spring floral. At this point, it almost has it's definitely not vintage smelling or anything, but it definitely has like an older scent profile to it. You can tell it's not a totally modern perfume. This has been around for, I don't know, not like terribly long, but it's not a new perfume either. So it definitely has this kind of older, it almost gives me 2000s vibes, like early 2000s. It's really, really pretty. It's definitely just like a fresh spring floral. It doesn't last the longest on me though. I don't get a ton of time out of this original formulation, or out of this original fragrance. And I love the spring green color of the liquid as well. It's just very spring-like. It's a great spring floral. I can only get maybe 4 or 5 hours out of this one though. I don't get a ton of time out of this one. This original one for me is just strictly a spring perfume. I don't ever wear it any other time of year. This, I probably need to go ahead and put this in my project pan because I'm getting very low on this one. So anyways, that is Dolce from Dolce & Gabbana. And then the other one from this line that I absolutely love in the spring is Dolce & Gabbana Dolce Peony. Between this one and Dolce Garden, they're my two favorites from the Dolce line. I think both of them are gorgeous. But I love Dolce more in summer because it's got that beautiful milky coconut in it. This one is more of just a really beautiful, sweet, syrupy floral. And I love it. This might have a little bit of pear in it. I don't totally remember exactly what's in this, but I feel like it's got some pear in it, but it's beautiful. It's like maybe some late fruits in the top and then sweet florals. It's gorgeous. This one does a little bit better than the original Dolce. I can get maybe 5 or 6 hours out of this one. I definitely do have to reapply it. It's not a beast or anything. It won't last you all day, but it lasts long enough that I'm perfectly satisfied with it. It's one that I can spray on and enjoy for a good amount of time, and then I can reapply something else, or I can just reapply this and then it'll get me through the rest of the day. But I love it. Peony and Garden are definitely where it's at with this line. So anyways, that is Dolce & Gabbana Dolce Peony. Next we have, this is one of my favorite spring transition fragrances. This is such a stunning perfume. This is a fragrance from Aurora par Charles Wong, and this is called Linderhof Am Morgan. This is such a gorgeous perfume. I think at this point, to be able to purchase these, you have to contact him directly. I think your best bet is through maybe Facebook or Instagram, which I'll link his socials down below if you're interested in contacting him, because there was one person or one website in the United States that sold his fragrances, but I think they're no longer. So yeah, you do have to contact him directly, but this is such a beautiful perfume. Both of his fragrances that I've smelled are amazing. And this one is just aging like fine wine. It continues to deepen and evolve, and it is stunning. This one has like some kind of like a tofu note in it, so you get this really beautiful creaminess that it really is like a silky, sweet creaminess. It's not like a marshmallow creaminess or like a caramel, or I don't know, it's just a different kind of creaminess, and it's stunning. This one has some like dry florals in the heart, and then it's got that like tofu note in the base, and it is the most beautiful, like sweet, creamy floral. It's amazing. I've never smelled anything else like this. It's just so incredibly unique, and I am so grateful to have this as well as the other one in my collection. Both of his fragrances are just, they're works of art. They're stunning. And when you see his like whole aesthetic and the stories behind the fragrances, they really are just like little works of art, and I adore them. I love to wear this as a transition fragrance going from winter to spring. It can also take you right into summer. You can literally wear this any time of year. It really doesn't matter. It's good for any time of year, but I just love it going from winter to spring. It's an absolute beast too. You don't need to spray a lot of this. A few sprays and you're good for the entire day. I can get a good 8+ hours out of this. Both of his fragrances perform amazingly well, and it's just a stunner. It's a beautiful perfume, and I love little independent perfume makers like this. They're my favorite. I feel like they make the best perfumes. So anyways, that is Aurora Par Charles Wang, Linderhof Am Morgan. And sticking with amazing indie perfume houses, cannot leave out a Dreamhouse Curio fragrance. So this is Blush of Dawn, and this is just rose and watermelon. I absolutely love this perfume. This fragrance is nuclear. This can be worn any time of year. It's definitely not just like a spring or warm weather type fragrance. I wore this when it was still really cold out, and it performed amazingly well. It smelled so good. This would be an amazing signature scent for somebody because you can wear it any time of year. It's really, really safe. All of his perfumes also age like fine wine. They get better. The longer they sit, the better they get. And this one is no different. It's so beautiful. It's a sweet, fresh, modern rose and watermelon. And it is gorgeous. And 2 notes. And I've never smelled anything else like this. It's stunning. It really is stunning, and it is nuclear. This will last. You will spray this on one time and you will smell like this until you take a shower and wash it off. Such an amazing perfume. So yeah, cannot wait to wear this as it starts to get warm. I've been wearing it in the cold weather, but I'm really excited to experience this in warm weather because it's just gonna be an amazing spring summer scent. So that is Dreamhouse Curio Blush of Dawn. Okay, next I've got a couple of Zara perfumes. The first one is another lavender scent that I left out of my lavender video. This is Bohemian Bluebells, and I adore this perfume. These are really simple fragrances, but I love them. If you are familiar with Sleepy or, oh my goodness, I can't remember, I can't think of the other fragrance from Lush that smells like Sleepy, but basically Sleepy from Lush. They make 2 fragrances that it's the same fragrance. It's the same lavender and tonka bean fragrance. This really, really reminds me of it. Though I don't believe Bohemian Bluebells has tonka in it, it's really, really similar to Lush Sleepy. In fact, I have the Lush Sleepy lotion, and anytime I wear this, I layer this over the lotion. But yes, I absolutely love this. I love wearing this as a transition fragrance going from winter to spring because again, it's light, it's airy, it's delicate, it's perfect for getting into the spring mood, but it's still very cozy and comforting and warm and perfect for chilly spring days and nights. I love it. It's a beauty. This one, unfortunately, does not last very long. When I layer it over the Sleepy lotion, I can get about 6 hours out of it. Mostly because the Sleepy lotion is nuclear, though. The Sleepy lotion, I don't think the lotion is called Sleepy, though. I have the Sleepy body spray. The lotion is called something else, and I cannot for the life of me remember it. But the lotion is nuclear. Like, you're gonna smell like that for the entire day. The perfume does wear off, though, after about 6 hours. I love it though. I would reapply this 10 times throughout the day if I had to because I love the way it smells. It's stunning. So that is Bohemian Bluebells. And then the second Zara fragrance is Water Lily Tea Dress. This might be the most like quintessentially spring perfume or quintessential spring perfume on this list. This smells like spring in a bottle. It's very simple smelling, like it's not a complex perfume at all. It basically smells like greens and mint, and it's a touch sweet. It's a very, very slightly sweet, delicate greens and mint fragrance. And I absolutely love this. I do have the lotion, and I layer this over the body lotion, and the combination together, I can get a good 6 to 8 hours out of it. This one, for some reason, lasts really, really well on me, even though it's a very delicate fragrance. I get a lot of compliments on this perfume. It's one of my most complimented perfumes in my collection as well. Every time I talk about this fragrance, I talk about how I went into Ulta one time, and you guys know when you walk into Ulta, it smells like a perfume counter in there because they've got the perfume section right in the middle of the store, so everything smells like perfume. And through all of that, the girl that rang me up was like, I love your perfume. It smells so good. And I was like, wow. Number one, I was surprised she could smell it. And number two, I mean, she's surrounded by beautiful perfumes all day, and this is just like a really inexpensive Zara fragrance, but it's stunning and it just smells so good, super easy to wear. So yeah, if you're looking for a really good spring fragrance that isn't a floral, that isn't sweet, you just want something really, really fresh and beautiful, this is spring in a bottle. Spring in a bottle. And if you buy the lotion and layer this over the lotion, it is an amazing performer. So that is Water Lily Tea Dress. Okay, next, this my sad little bottle, it got broken. This is a Zara Wanted Girl Tonic. This is the little 1 ounce bottle, and this one doesn't have the sprayer like Wanted Girl. This one has an actual like cap, which isn't as fun as the little grenade bottle with the sprayer. This one is really, really pretty. This is really citrusy, a little bit green, very, very fresh. I think this one has a little bit of ginger in it as well. This is probably better suited for summer because it's so citric and fresh, but I love this one for spring. I picked this up, in fact, I picked this up in the summer, and I remember when I wore it and I was testing it thinking, this is spring in a bottle. This would make an amazing spring perfume, and spring is here, and I cannot wait to pull this one out and wear it. It's so pretty. It also has like a warmth in the base. It's really, really citric. I think it might have a little bit of pepper in it too, if I remember correctly, but it still does have this really beautiful kind of slightly warm base. I love this one, and I loved how this one dried down on my skin. It's just a really easy to reach for fragrance. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing spectacular, but it's a really nice, light, kind of delicate, warm weather fragrance. Really beautiful. So that is Wanted Girl Tonic from Zara. Okay, next we have another Burberry fragrance. I've got so many Burberry fragrances in my collection that are amazing spring perfumes. This is Burberry Brit Sheer. And this one I picked up last year secondhand from Mercari, and I love this perfume. This is another one that gives me kind of early 2000s vibes a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just a really, really light, kind of watery, delicate, slightly sweet floral. Perfect for spring. This is another one that is just spring in a bottle. It even looks like spring in a bottle. It looks very like watery and light and delicate, and it is. It's beautiful. I love this. Think you can still get this. I will, of course, anything that's still available, I will find the best price and link it for you below. It's just a really beautiful, if you love Burberry perfumes the way that I do, I think you would really like it. It's just a really beautiful, light, delicate, kind of slightly watery floral. It's perfect for spring, and it just looks, the bottle, the really light pink frosted glass bottle with the really pale colored liquid, it just looks very fresh, like something that you want to wear in the spring. This would be another great, like, fresh out of the shower scent as well. It's just a beauty. Burberry fragrances are just, I don't know, they're just a great designer house as far as like perfumes go. I just think that they kill it with their fragrances. They perform well. They all smell really, really classy and like just really a cut above normal, like most designers. They don't make anything that smells generic, in my opinion. I just think their fragrances are just stunning and very, very classy. So anyways, that is Burberry Brit Sheer. Okay, this next one, this one is funny because my beautiful friend sent this bottle to me. This is Lanvin Eclat d'Arpège, but this is like Eclat d'Arpège Tropical, or I think it's called Eclat d'Arpège Tropical. And when she sent this, because it looks exactly like Eclat d'Arpège, the only difference is this beautiful, these leaf designs. And I thought for sure this was just like a Eclat d'Arpège in a special bottle, and that's not the case. It is actually a different fragrance. It's a flanker of Eclat d'Arpège. However, it smells really, really similar. I'm gonna have to test them side by side to see what the differences are. But she sent this a couple months ago, and I've just been like waiting for warm weather to wear this one. I'm gonna just spray a little bit on right now and see. I really don't smell much of a difference, but Eclat d'Arpège is a gorgeous spring fragrance. Lanvin makes so many beautiful fragrances that are just perfect for spring. Eclat d'Arpège, Jean Lanvin, another amazing. That's like a great all year round fragrance, but beautiful for spring. This one is light, a little bit sweet, a little bit green. It's got a little bit of like a fuzziness to it, almost like it either has some kind of a synthetic cedar, but like a really good quality synthetic cedar. It's not quite as fuzzy as like Ambrette smells, but it's very lightly fuzzy, delicate. It's beautiful. I love this fragrance. Again, I pulled my just original Eclat d'Arpège out. I'm gonna test them side by side. This one might be just a touch sweeter than Eclat d'Arpège. Eclat d'Arpège is a little bit more, I think it's got a little bit of violet in it, or violet leaves, so it's a little bit more green leaning, a little bit lighter, not quite as sweet. This one definitely has like a sweetness to it, and then whatever that's like light, delicate fuzziness is in the base that you don't really get with Eclat d'Arpège. So really beautiful. I've been dying to pull this one out and wear it, but it's just been way too cold. This is a perfect spring fragrance, so I cannot wait to wear it this spring. So that is Eclat d'Arpège. I think it's called Eclat d'Arpège Tropical. I'll of course have the real name on the screen for you. And then last but not least, this is one of my favorite warm weather fragrances, warm weather florals to be exact. This is Chloe Love Story, and my bottle is a hot mess. I bought this secondhand. It's definitely seen better days. I need to clean it, but I really don't know how to clean whatever this kind of metal is, because it's not silver, it's gold, and I have no idea what it is, but I'm thinking just some warm soapy water and a toothbrush will probably be the way to go. This is one of my favorite warm weather florals ever. This is a really sweet floral. It's sweet, but fresh at the same time. This one's got a lot of body to it, but without being heavy. It is fantastic. This can be worn any time of year. I just pulled this out and wore it in the middle of the winter, and it was stunning. Perfection, but it is absolutely beautiful in the heat. It just blooms in the heat. There's something about the sweet florals that it just smells so amazing in the heat. This performs really, really well. I can get a good 8+ hours out of this perfume. Chloe is another house that I think is just a stunning designer house. Not only do I love their perfumes, I think that they make some of the most beautiful handbags as well. I just love Chloe. I think it's just such a classic, beautiful fashion house in general. And I adore their fragrances. I have Chloe Love Story Eau Sensuelle as well, and I do wear that one, but I feel like the original is just, you just can't beat the original. It's beautiful. If you like sweet florals, and if you like something that's not really, really light, it's not green leaning, it's just a really beautiful, sweet, smooth floral, really easy to reach for, this perfume is perfection. It's so good. To me, this is a really underrated gem. I don't hear much about Chloe Love Story, like in general, and I feel like it should be more popular than it is. It's just such an amazing scent. So yeah, I can't wait to wear this in the warm weather. It's perfection in the warm weather. So anyways, that is Chloe Love Story. So anyways, guys, that is part 3 of more spring perfumes that I'm super excited to wear. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.